The September survivors playing into the final weekend of the state amateur baseball tournament. The race is on for the Class C title. Coming up next, we've got a good one. It's Watertown and Watkins, a trip to the state title on the line, live on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Amateur baseball is one of Minnesota's great sporting traditions. The state tournament brings together hundreds of communities in late summer at great ballparks all around the state. Coverage of every game can be found on PrepSpotlight.tv. PrepSpotlight.tv's coverage of today's state tournament game is made possible by the Minnesota Baseball Association, and also with help from the Minnesota Twins. Celebrate Town Ball with the Twins on September 11th. Visit twinsbaseball.com/townball for details. Now let's get to the ballpark.
Well, everybody, and welcome to Athletic Park in Chaska. I'm Eric Murphy on the call, live on PrepSpotlight.tv. The great Greg Wilpert on camera in this late afternoon matchup. The final four of the Class C bracket, and we've got a good one here. Watertown taking on Watkins, and Watertown fresh off an exciting victory yesterday over Eagle Lake, a 4-inning rally in the bottom of the 8th, bringing the house down over in Waconia. 4-3 wild win to send them into today's Elite Eight. They followed that up with a 10-run, 8-inning victory over Milroy just about a half an hour ago. They finished that one up. Now the doubleheader for both of these teams as Watkins won earlier today, picking up another victory, and we'll talk more about that in a second. Watertown's other two wins in the tourney, they took out Midway in the first round, then handled Avon in round two. As for Watkins, once again pitching themselves deep into the tourney, this time all the way to the Final Four. And when talking about the Clippers, the conversation begins and ends with Matt Geislinger having already solidified himself as one of the best amateur pitchers of his era. Matt, adding to the accolades, tossed a no-hitter yesterday in a 3-0 win over St. Martin. Then earlier today, comes in to pick up a save and a statement win over a tough St. Patrick's squad. Struck out the side in the top of the ninth. Add that to a game one 5-hitter in the opener over Princeton. In all, he's tossed 19 2/3, surrendering just 6 hits, 27 strikeouts. Unreal for the veteran lefty, but they turn to a young lefty in Isaac Bench, the draftee from St. Joe's. St. Cloud Apollo graduate in Century College. He is tabbed to start here. Earlier in the game, by the way. Earlier today, by the way, not to go unnoticed, Justin Thompson tossed 7 1/3 scoreless innings against the Irish. In all, the Clippers haven't given up a run yet in the state tournament. And Bench facing the leader of the Watertown Red Devils. That is Pat Cheetah standing in to lead things off. Pat, 3 hits yesterday against Eagle Lake, 3 more this afternoon. Earlier today against Milroy, also pitched the complete game, all 8 innings. So Pat, once again, getting it done for Watertown. Named the player of the game yesterday and earlier today against Milroy. He's down 1-2 in the count. Bench tries to nibble the outside corner, can't hit it. 2-2 now. So Cheetah will be followed by Ben Smith, then Mitch Kelzer, Zach Iden, Ryan Handgartner, Matt Butler, Nick Truckee, Jake Anderley, Jadrian Keevy. That is your Watertown lineup for our Final Four matchup here. As Cheetah looks that one off, full count now. And Pat, as mentioned, red hot. He's playing center field in this contest. Having a wonderful tournament. As the full count pitch fouled off, Pat stays alive. And Pat, also a friend of the program here at Prep Spotlight, put together a nice package for us, detailing all the players. Three-two pitch. Again, he hangs, fouls it back. And Cheetah stalks toward the Watertown dugout, talking to himself like he does. Pat, the 2020 Crow River League MVP and the league pitcher of the year. We got a taste of that in the game prior to this one against the Yankees. He shut down that lineup in the 10-0 victory. Bench delivers, and it's outside, ball 4. Cheetah coax a walk to start us off.
Second of the 28th, third baseman
Now Ben Smith steps in. Ben with that huge 3-run double in the bottom of the 8th versus Eagle Lake yesterday. And earlier today, he did score a run in 4 at-bats. Lefty versus lefty matchup takes ball 1. So spoke with Matt Geislinger, also the coach of the team, the manager, player coach. And this was their game plan. This is why you draft guys in Class C, as he said, and in the luxury that Watkins has. Geislinger eating up the innings and shutting down lineups. And we saw Thompson earlier today, the luxury of not having to go to your draftees until all the way to the final 4. One count on Smith. The bench continues to work the outside corner to lefties here early. And he's fallen behind now to Smith. Former North Star League batting champion back in 2013. So Smith, another dangerous bat, and we saw him come through in the clutch yesterday against the Expos. 2-1 pitch is low. Running on the play is Cheetah. The throw comes in a little late, so Cheetah with the stolen base. And right away, the Red Devils picking up where they left off in their Elite 8 matchup against Milroy. They've got a runner in scoring position, a 3-1 count at the plate. Ben Smith. Ben batted .291 in the regular season. .466 slugging, so he can put it out there. That one grounded to second. Play goes to first. Cheetah down to third base. Carter Block handles it for Watkins. 1 out. Cheetah 90 feet away from scoring our first run here. And now it's Mitch Kelser's turn, the left fielder for Watertown. Kelser, a hit in 4 at-bats, run scored, 2 RBI double. And the win earlier against Milroy. First pitch from bench is inside, 1-0 the count. Watertown managed by Jared Dusky, appearing in back-to-back state tournaments. Prior to last year, they had not appeared since 2008. Swung on and missed, 1-1 the count. Watertown's lone championship 70 years ago, 1951. A nice round number as Watertown tries to chase down the second title in their town ball's long-time history. Is that one back up the middle? Great play at short. Cheetah's going to score. The throw to first is offline, though. And Kelser's safe. Cheetah's in. The Watertown crowd, they've been tremendous throughout this run. On their feet again. We'll see if they rule this one a hit or an error. The play at short by Nolan Geislinger. They're going to give him an error. Tough play, obviously. Had time, but the throw just off the mark. And stretching, it was Brendan Ashton at first. Could not keep his foot on the bag. So an E6. 1 out, 1 on, and 1 run in now for Watertown. It's now Zach Eiton. Big bat, hit a home run in the first game here today. Drops that one into right field. So Watertown piecing it together here in the first. Their first base hit of the game. They've got a walk, a stolen base, error, and now a single. 1 run in, 2 on, and 1 out. Ryan Hankgardner comes up. Watertown, a lot of talent from the town of Watertown. Hankgardner, part of that. Watertown Mayor graduate, basketball and baseball player. A good athlete, and you can hear that crowd getting fired up. Is that one to second? Play to Geislinger at short, and a good scoop at first. by Ashton, and just like that, the rally is extinguished, but not before the Red Devils strike. After a half inning in Chaska, 1-0, Devils lead it.
Nobody does high school sports like PrepSpotlight.tv. Your home for Minnesota State tournament action is also where you can find the best weekly action during the regular season in 2021. We make it easy to be a high school sports fan at PrepSpotlight.tv.
Your defensive lineup for Watertown. The right fielder is Coach Kelser. The center fielder, Pat Cheatham. The right, Jake Anderley. Third base, Ben Smith. Shortstop, Jaden Keating. On the second, Ryan Hanklager. On the first is Zach Ayton. Green catching, Nick Chucky. Pitching, Holt Hunzinger.
Back to live action here at Athletic Park in Chaska. And the Red Devils picking up where they left off. For that 10-0 win earlier against Milroy, they strike right away against Watkins. It was Pat Cheetah with a walk to start things off. Stole second, later scored on an error. A walk-a-hit error, and one run in for the Red Devils. It's now Holt Hunziker, who started game one of the tournament. He pitched 4 innings in that game. 4 hits, 5 Ks, surrendered 2 runs. So Holt gets the call here. Watertown, one of those teams also that has plenty of arms. Not sure the availability be perhaps for Cheetah, who pitched all 8 innings in the game prior to this one. You'd think that he would not be the first person they would turn to, although he has been effective. As for Watkins, they're going to start things off with Nolan Geislinger, and then Lincoln Haugen, Kevin Kramer, Dan Berg, Brandon Ashton, Justin Thompson, Carter Block, Carson Geislinger, and then Matt, the player-manager, DHing in the lineup and batting 9th. And by the way, we did see Matt start to scurry down to the bullpen there when there was 1 out and 2 on, and it looked like Watertown was going to piece something together and push ahead. That was the first run of the tournament. Worth mentioning again, the first run of the tournament that Watkins has given up. The young lefty, Isaac Bench, the draftee. Didn't pitch bad by any means. See, giving up the walk to Cheetah, who then took second. Later scored on an error. Exactly what Watertown wants to do is put pressure on this Watkins pitching staff if possible. But we saw Matt Geislinger start to go down to the bullpen. Talk about a developing story if he were to come in. Having thrown a complete game yesterday and then a save here earlier today. Logged a lot of innings already in the tournament. And Geislinger taken care of as Handgartner at second handles it. So 1 up, 1 down. Now it's Lincoln Haugen stepping to the plate. Lincoln, the catcher for Watkins, takes strike 1 from Hunziker, excuse me. Holt delivers, and it's ball 1, 1-1. So Holt, 2 wins, no losses, an ERA under 1 in the regular season. Pitched 36 2/3. As mentioned, had the ball in the opener 2 weekends ago for Watertown over in Hamburg. And Holt's the one Iowa player on Watertown's roster. That one is grounded to short, ranging over, making the throw low in the dirt. Handled easily by Ayton. It's Jadrian Keevy, the youngster, making the play for Watertown. So 2 groundouts to start the game for Watkins. And Kevin Kramer, the center fielder, steps in for the Clippers. And the Clippers 5-0 and 3-0, then 2-0. Those are their 3 victories thus far in the tournament. So already in unfamiliar territory as far as the tournament is concerned. Kramer had a nice game earlier today, 2 for 4. Their victory over a tough St. Patrick's squad. Hunsicker played collegiately at Northern State University. That one is skied towards center. Cheetah eyes it up, camps under it. 3 up, 3 down for Hunsicker in the first inning through 1. Red Devils lead it 1-0.
Celebrate the end of the 2021 Town Ball season. Join your teammates, rivals, and ball fans from around the state at the Twins game on September 11th. Special ticket pricing for Town Ball players and fans. Salutes to the newly crowned champs and a very fun night at the ballpark. Order your tickets at twinsbaseball.com/townball and wear your town's team colors to Target Field on September 11th.
Class C Final Four for Athletic Park in Chaska. Winner moves on to tomorrow's championship. It'll be noon over in Waconia. And speaking of action in Waconia, Sobieski took out Sartell. Sartell, 34 wins this year. And a lot of people had them circled to make a run through the bracket. They come up short in the Elite Eight. Again, Sobieski, the Skis, back in the Class C tournament and right back into it. So they're playing tonight at 6 o'clock over in Waconia as they wait the winner of Alexandria and the host Waconia Lakers. That game is currently in the 8th inning. And by the way, the Black Sox with a 6-1 lead in that contest. That would also be a head turner as Waconia had a tremendous regular season as well. If you think about the collision course we expected, perhaps with Sartell and Waconia. Just 1 loss in league play this year for the Lakers, but in big-time trouble, down 6-1 in the 8th inning on their home field right now. As Watertown is up, top of the 2nd inning. Isaac Bench, the 20-year-old lefty, draftee from St. Joe's, gets the start for Watkins. And that one another close call, so the strike zone a little tight here to start things off. 1-1 the count. It's Matt Butler, the DH, at the dish. Butler, good job waiting in that one. He drops that one into right, the 2nd hit of the game for Watertown. And Butler is on. Nick Truckee, the catcher.
And he's out number 10, catcher, Nick Truckee.
Nick, 361 this season. Another Watertown Mayor graduate. Plays currently at St. John's University. Got a younger brother, Ben, also on the team. And Ben, just a junior at Watertown Mayor. And Pat Cheetah made sure to put in his write-up that he used to babysit the Truckies. So how about that? Babysit these kids and they become good baseball players. So they come out and play for us. So Nick tried to lay down that bunt. 0-2 is the count. Speaking with Matt Geislinger before this contest, he did say tight defense. That's what they want to continue to do. Good pitching, tight defense. They've surrendered 3 hits early and have an error that led to Cheetah scoring the run in the 1st inning. The way Watertown is playing right now, they start to sniff an opportunity to pull away from you. This lineup can get hot. 1-2 the count on Truckee. Outside pitch and a good one. Truckee down swinging. First strikeout of the contest here for bench. Jake Anderle, the right fielder, will come up. Jake batted .351 this year. Jake, a Waconia graduate, no doubt would love to get back over on his home field, play for a championship tomorrow. First pitch swinging, and that one fisted into right field. So 2 singles in the inning so far for the Devils. And they've got something cooking again. First and second, 1 out. Jadrian Keevy, the number 9 hitter. Number 9 hitter, slight of build, good fielder, but don't let it fool you. Keevy hit the one of the only 2 home runs that we had in the 8 games in the opening weekend in Hamburg. So he's got power from the 9 spot. Corner infielders come in. First pitch swung on and missed, strike 1. Time called. A 1 pitch to Keevy. Good movement there, just outside, 1-1 now. Jadrian, another Watertown Mayor grad. Plays collegially at Ridgewater Community College. 1-1 pitch is outside again, 2-1. Jadrian played for 2 other town teams before finding his way back to the Red Devils, the Montrose Waverly Stingers and the St. Bonnie Saints. Look up their history, you'll see Jadrian in there, now finding a home in Watertown, holding down the shortstop position. Fouls that pitch into the dugout, 2-2 the count. Keevy had a hit and a run scored in 4 at-bats earlier today against Milroy. 2-2 pitch, outside, count is full. And Matt Geislinger is indeed warming up in the bullpen. So here we go. Matt had that sleeve on, trying to keep that arm as warm as he possibly could. Jadrian puts a charge into this one at center field. Going back and making the catch, falling down, is Kevin Kramer. And now scurrying back to second is Matt Butler, but the throw is not cut off. He tries to take third, and he's out there. Watkins is fired up. Defense tightening up for the Clippers in the top of the second. They keep the Devils off the board. 1-0 still our score as we head to the bottom of the second in Chaska, live on PrepSpotlight.tv.
All summer long, you have gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that decorate and help define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball in our hometowns. And on September 11th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Royals at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the newly crowned state amateur champs will be honored at the Town Ball Tavern and during a pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3! Fairmont, state champions in 2020.
Congratulations to the Fairmont Martins. They are your 2020.
For tickets to the Twins' Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 11th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
Watkins able to keep Watertown off the board in the second as the Red Devils threaten again. 2 singles in the inning. And then Jadrian Keevy, the number 9 hitter, put a charge into one. But Kevin Kramer makes a spectacular catch in center field. Matt Butler was way off second. And Kramer tried to double him up. The throw got away. Kramer tried to take third, or Butler tried to take third, where he eventually was cut down anyway. So 2 quick outs, and Watkins gets out of the inning. And now it's Dan Berg, the right fielder. Left-handed swinging hitter for Watkins stepping in. He's worked the count to 2-0. Berg 2 for 3 earlier today, so he was locked in this morning's game. The Watkins against St. Patrick. 3-0 the count now to Berg. Hunsicker with a clean 1-2-3 first inning. Watertown 4 hits already as Hunsicker has worked his way back into the count here, 3-2. Berg protecting on that swing, 3-2 the count. Again, the 3-2 pitch, grounded to second. Busy day already over there for Hangartner. Good job staying with that one, ate him up a bit. Goes to his knees, calmly makes the throw over. Brandon Ashton, the first baseman, stepping in. Brandon 2 for 4. Middle of the lineup played well. Hit well for the Clippers in that first game against St. Patrick. Again, just 2 runs scored for Watkins. And yet another shutout combination from Thompson and Geislinger. So facing their first deficit in the state tournament. Made it all the way to the Final Four without giving up a run. Just a tremendous run so far for the Clippers. Watkins receiving the bye in the first round. Unlike Watertown, who had to play the first weekend. They've certainly found a groove. 1-2 pitch now from Hunsicker. Keevy from short, scoops, strong throw, out number 2. Justin Thompson will come up now. Justin ended up getting 1 at bat in the first game after he was lifted as a pitcher, went out to left field. So he's officially 0 for 1 with an RBI and a walk earlier today. And Hunsicker starts him off 0-1. That one fisted toward right. Will it hang up high enough and long enough? It will, as Jake Anderle gets underneath it for out number 3. 6 up, 6 down for the Clips. Through 2, 1-0. Devils lead it.
The Town Ball Tour. Head to the small towns and tell people what it's all about.
A lot of excitement. Weather is fantastic.
This place has been here since the early 80s.
This is a baseball town.
The town is here. The kids are here. It's safe. It's a wonderful environment.
We certainly met some wonderful characters.
Thanks for joining us for another season of Fox 9's Town Ball Tour.
Watertown has been active on the base pass in the opening innings, and we get to turn over the lineup now. Pat Cheetah will lead us off. Pat, 3 hits in each of the last 2 games. He's locked in here. He coaxed a walk to start things off, then stole second. Made his way to third on a ground out, and then scored on an error, albeit a tough play or Geislinger at shortstop. Made a nice dive, but the throw to first off the line, allowing Cheetah to score. You can hear the raucous crowd again from Watertown. They're bringing it. The traveling party takes strike one, lefty on lefty here. The drafty Isaac Bench from St. Joe's makes his way through the lineup for the second time. 4 hits for Watertown to this point. And in effect had 2 double plays that wiped out rallies. In the first inning, nice double play started by Carter Block at second. And then the great catch by Kramer last inning. Eventually nailing Butler at third. So Watkins, with that defense, has been able to manage and hold down Watertown to just that 1-0 lead so far, as Cheetah again showing good patience at the plate. 2-2 the count. Pat. The coach, assistant coach, Watertown baseball, as well as hooked up right now with the Eden Prairie basketball program. Assistant varsity coach there. No doubt a future head coach on some level in some sport at some point. Following the footsteps of his father, the great Bill Cheetah. Another friend of the program here. Now Hutchinson athletic director. Once coached at Watertown Mayor for 8 years, was the head baseball coach there. And Cheetah on another 3-2 pitch. That one will just get out of play, so Pat continues to hang here. And you can see the 2020 Crow River League MVP. He's taking good at bats and locked in. This is what you get. He sees a lot of pitches. Catalyst at the top of this lineup. He has been good this weekend to this point as he fouls another one back. Again, the full count pitch, and Bench gets him. A big strikeout for the young lefty. And one down in the inning for the Devils. Ben Smith steps in. He grounded out his first time out. Ben, an Orono graduate. Played basketball and baseball over there, then played collegiately at Mankato State. So one thing you'll notice in these brackets, a lot of St. Cloud State, former St. Cloud State players, and a lot of former Mankato Mavericks as well, as Smith bleeds that one through the right side. Hit number 5 for Watertown. You know, at least 4 of them have been to the right side. So that one, I mean, just barely got through. Block was trying to get over. He couldn't before it got through. Again, the winner moving on to tomorrow's matchup in Waconia in the Class C championship. We'll have an update on the game in Waconia here in just a second. We'll have overlap of the other semifinal game, which is set to start in about an hour. And I believe Waconia, the Lakers, is that one is hammered to left, and it's over the head of the left fielder, bounces off the wall. Hustling to third is Smith. They're going to wave him through. Throw will not come in. Smith stands up, 2-0 Red Devils. RBI double for Mitch Kelzer. Smith scoring all the way from first. Now Watertown a 2-0 lead, 1 out. And Kelzer on second, and now it's the dangerous Zach Eiton stepping to the plate, the first baseman. He singled and was later forced out at second back in the first. Part of that double play to end the inning. Again, a home run over the left field line in the first game. Dumps this one into right field. Let's check the runner at third. They're going to hold Kelzer. So it's first and third now as Eiten's 2 for 2. That is 7 hits now on the St. Joe's draftee, and Matt Geislinger is going to come into the game, folks. Here he comes. The player manager has warmed up in the bullpen. He has seen enough. He is going to come in and try to do what he does and shut down the Red Devils lineup. Not surprising, but kind of unbelievable if you think of the workload that has been on the lefty from Watkins. So what we're going to do is step away really quickly. We're going to let Matt warm it up. Come back. We'll talk more about Geislinger taking over, reset the situation. 2-0 Red Devils lead it. Runners on the corners, 1 out in the top of the third inning in Athletic Park in Chaska.
Nobody does high school sports like PrepSpotlight.tv. Your home for Minnesota State tournament action is also where you can find the best weekly action during the regular season in 2021. We make it easy to be a high school sports fan at PrepSpotlight.tv.
So here we go. Matt Geislinger is coming in the game. I mean, where do we start with him? We talked about him in the pregame, about what he's been able to do here. So again, let's recap it. He pitched the shutout, complete game victory against Princeton to start things off. Then a no-hitter over St. Martin yesterday, 3-0 win. Then earlier today, he comes in and saves the game against St. Patrick. Unbelievable. 27 strikeouts in 19 2/3, surrendering just 6 hits. And the veteran lefty, player manager here for Watkins, is in the game in a sticky situation. Ryan Hangartner comes in to face him. And there you go. That late movement over the inside corner. Geislinger giving it everything he's got here. Former Eden Valley Watkins High School star. Also played at Mankato. As that one is golfed into left. It's going to be a fair ball if it's caught. And it won't be caught. It's off the base of the wall. 1 run is in. They're going to hold Eiten at third. An RBI double from Hangartner. The Watertown crowd is going nuts as they get a big hit off the star lefty. Inarguably the top pitcher in the Class C bracket. But how much does he have left in the tank? Now, Watertown is absolutely red hot. They continue to just pound pitching here today. 13 runs on the day. 3 so far in this game. Still only 1 out. And now it's Butler, the DH, who singled his last time up. Matt had that sleeve on in between games. We figured he's just going to do whatever it takes here. Now Watertown says, welcome to the Final Four. And here we go again. Another one dropped into right field. And, a late stop sign here. Geislinger cuts it behind the plate as the throw is high. So Matt makes a great play. But another run in. And able to take second on the play is Butler. So the Hangartner RBI double, followed by the RBI single from Butler. And Watertown is really creating some distance early in this contest. And by the way, Alexandria, the other side of the bracket, has taken out Waconia. So Alex continues its run. They'll take on Sobieski later in about an hour in Waconia in the other semifinal. 0-1 the count right now to Truckee. So Nick Truckee struck out his first time up. He's down 0-2. Geislinger tossed a perfect game earlier this year as well. Struck out 19 batters against Wilmer. Just unbelievable numbers. And he is in a tight spot and a heavy, heavy workload in this tournament. He sets down Truckee quickly. That's the second out in the inning. Now Jake Anderle, who singled his first time up. 9 hits already for Watertown. And it was Handgardner that welcomed Geislinger to the game with the RBI double. Good job by Haugen, smothering that one at the dish. Geislinger name, Eden Valley Watkins area, synonymous with baseball, town ball, high school ball. Trying to bring yet another title. It's like Matt's dad Bruce did for the first Watkins title. But up against it, already down 4-0 to a very good Watertown team. And Watertown, like I said, just red hot in this tournament, 1-1 count. And another team that you could see on the come up, getting into the tournament last year and winning a game. Their lineup red hot right now. So 1-2 the count to Anderle. Geislinger's pitch swung on and missed, so he gets back-to-back Ks to get out of the jam, but major damage done for the Red Devils. 3 in the inning. They lead it 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the third live on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Celebrate the end of the 2021 Town Ball season. Join your teammates, rivals, and ball fans from around the state at the Twins game on September 11th. Special ticket pricing for Town Ball players and fans. Salutes to the newly crowned champs and a very fun night at the ballpark. Order your tickets at twinsbaseball.com/townball and wear your town's team colors to Target Field on September 11th.
Four nothing our score. Watertown jumping all over Watkins, and Watkins having to turn to player manager Matt Geislinger, who does come out and get 2 Ks to end the rally. But they do touch up Matt, which really, well, nobody's done to this point in the tournament. Ryan Handgardner welcomed him with an RBI double, then Matt Butler with the RBI single. 3 runs in the inning. Ben Smith started things off with a single, later scored. Then Mitch Kauser with a double. And that was against starter Isaac Bench. Started the draftee from St. Joe's. It started today for Watkins. And now Carter Block will start us off in the bottom of the third inning against Holt Hunsinger. So all the noise the Watertown lineup has made, Hunsinger continues to be solid out there on the mound. Gets a swinging strike one. I mentioned again, but Watertown with 10 runs earlier, the 10-run 8-inning victory over Milroy. Block is quickly down 0-2 in the count. And 3 pitches. And 1 out for Holt. So Hunsinger, fresh arm, having not pitched since the opening game of the tournament. Looking sharp here his first time through the order. Carson Geislinger, the shortstop, comes up. The third baseman, rather, and he knocks that one to center. Cheetah went back, now has to come in, and still able to make the play. He made that one look interesting. More of just the read off the plate. And now it'll be Matt Geislinger. and started off the DH in this game, now pitching. Fist that one toward third. Up with it and over is Ben Smith. Oh, an easy 1-2-3 inning as Holt Hunsicker breezes his first time through the order. And after 3, it's 4-0. Red Devils in control.
All summer long, you have gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that decorate and help define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball in our hometowns. And on September 11th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Royals at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the newly crowned state amateur champs will be honored at the Town Ball Tavern and during a pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3! Fairmont, state champions in 2020.
Congratulations to the Fairmont Martins. They are your 2020.
For tickets to the Twins' Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 11th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
Jadrian Keevy leading things off for Watertown in the top of the 4th inning. A 4-0 lead for the Red Devils. Jadrian flew out his last time up, now facing Matt Geislinger, relieved starter Isaac Bench in the first. Matt adding to his workload in this tournament, which has been unbelievable. He has been untouchable until coming in that sticky situation. Giving up 2 hits and a couple runs. He is clearly settled in over the last couple batters, though, as he gets Keevy to ground out back to the mound. And now it's Pat Cheetah, top of the lineup. Pat walked, still second, scored back in the first inning, struck out his last time up. These are the matchups you pay to watch here. Pat Cheetah, best players out of the Crow River League. Catalyst for this squad. He's red hot right now, taking on an all-timer in Matt Geislinger. Matt is thinking to himself, get locked in here. Try to hold these guys down and give your offense a chance. So far, hitless through 3 innings are the Clippers. Pitches inside, and Cheetah works another deep count here. Taken for a strike. Both the bats against Bench. Cheetah worked deep into the count. Trying to do the same here against Geislinger. Slap towards short. Geislinger up with it. No one's throw. Good overhand throw there to get Cheetah. So 2 outs now. And it'll be Ben Smith coming up already for the 3rd time. This lineup turning over quickly with 9 hits already on the board. Ben singled last inning, later scored the double from Kelzer. gets into that one, into the gap. It will not be caught. It's down, and Smith will trot into second with a stand-up two-out double for Watertown. The hit parade continuing for the Devils. 10 now on the board. The heart of this lineup here to bash today. Geislinger clearly not as effective. You might imagine that would be the case with his workload. Not starting this game, having to come in. Came in for the save earlier today. And here had to come up and try to clean up a mess, and now he's got a two-out jam working against Mitch Kelzer, who again ripped the double over the left fielder's head. That was last inning. Pitch, fouled back. Mentioned Kelzer, the Waconia graduate. Along with Anderle, as that one is to short. Man, Nolan comes up with another great play. The throw over in the dirt. But handling it over there is Ashton. Great play by Nolan Geislinger. I'm not sure that he saw that one come all the way through. Smith running in front of the ball, but Nolan stuck with it. Makes the play. Ashton, nice scoop. And Matt works his way out of the jam. We head to the bottom of the fourth, 4-0. Devils still in control.
The Town Ball Tour. Head to the small towns and tell people what it's all about.
A lot of excitement. Weather is fantastic.
This place has been here since the early 80s.
This is a baseball town.
The town is here. The kids are here. It's safe. It's a wonderful environment. We certainly met some wonderful characters.
Thanks for joining us for another season of Fox 9's Town Ball Tour.
We're at the bottom of the fourth inning here. Athletic Park in Chaska. Old Hunsicker, perfect through the first time through the lineup, the first 3 innings here against Watkins. So the lineup turned back over. It's going to be Nolan Geislinger, who just made that great defensive play in the field. That's the way it works in baseball, right? You make the great defensive play. Now it's your turn up at the dish to try to make something happen. Nolan grounded out his first time up. You think of Watertown, at least in the moment, they're just piecing everything together. It's just falling in perfectly. You would think it would be, they make it through this contest into tomorrow's championship in Waconia. It'll be all arms on deck, so to speak, for whatever they need to do there. With Pat Cheetah, 8 innings pitched earlier today. And now Holt Hunsicker looking good. That first game against Midway, through just 4 innings, he was effective. Watertown eventually pulling away for that victory. Holt will definitely not overpower you. And played collegially at Northern State University. A pop-up here, Keevy. Makes a nice play. 1 down, so 10 up, 10 down for Holt. Then bring up Lincoln Haugen, the catcher. Grounded out to short his first time up. So you're wondering how maybe Holt, the Okoboji, Iowa native, played out at Northern State, ended up in Watertown, was college teammates with Andrew Nichols, who's on the roster here, Watertown. So there you go. Ground ball. And this one to Keevy. Bobbles it a bit. Hurried throw in the dirt. No problem for Eiton. Eiton has been absolutely brilliant handling those short hops. Fielder's best friend out there. He handles that one. So that one got to Keevy, and he just couldn't glove it right away. No harm, no foul. 2 quick outs for Hunziker. Now Kevin Kramer, he flew out to center his first time up. Kevin, that great catch in center field earlier. You think with 10 hits on the board, and the early rallies that Watertown had, this thing could have gotten out of hand pretty quickly. With some good defense, keeping the Clippers within striking distance here. And now they continue to try to solve Hunziker. That one fouled to the left side, 1-1 the count. One and two now. That one ripped to left side. Will it be fair? It's on the line. He's going to say no, it was foul. Tough to see from our angle. The umpire watching it all the way. That was close. Kramer not taking any chances. He was all the way down to second base. The hardest hit ball here today against Hunziker. And it was a rip. So this is the first of 2 games for our crew. We had obviously the earlier contest here in Chaska in the C bracket, but after this we're going to turn it over to the Class B bracket. And crew, Greg and I will be on hand. It could be the 4th straight championship for the Chanhassen Redbirds as they take on Miesville. 1-2 count, 2 outs. The pitch to Kramer. Oh, and it hits him. That's never fun. Kevin not too excited about it. Holt obviously not doing that on purpose. Gives a little shout out to Kevin. Holt's a big fella, so I'm not sure anyone's thinking about going out there to try to ruffle his feathers, but Hunziker clearly did not mean to do it. Said as much to Kramer. But Watkins has its first base runner. So still no hits, but a runner on for Watkins. Now it's the number 4 hitter in the lineup, Dan Berg. He grounded out his first time up. Truckee checks the runner at first. We've seen that a lot in this tournament. And amateur ball catchers love to try to catch the base runner snoozing, particularly at first base. Truckee, quick jump up there is his first time. Gets to do that as Eiton continues to be the vacuum cleaner at first. Takes the hot shot, steps on the bag. Holt is out of the inning. Hasn't surrendered a hit yet. We're through 4. And the Watertown Red Devils remain in control, up 4-0. Folks, champions are crowned this weekend and will be saluted next Saturday at Target Field. Visit twinsbaseball.com/townball to get details on the Twins salute to the 2021 amateur baseball season and enjoy a night at Target Field. We're now fans enjoying a night, a beautiful late afternoon, soon to be early evening in Chaska. What a great day here. Early September, championship weekend in the State Am tournament. We're going to head to the 5th inning. Just to recap it here, Watertown got on the board in the first inning, and then they put up a 3-spot in the third to take their 4-0 lead. Couple big hits off of tournament ace, I'm not going to say even staff ace, tournament ace Matt Geislinger, who did not start this game. I mean, guy threw a complete game, no hitter yesterday, and also threw more than a full inning earlier today to pick up a save. So he's out there gutting it out for the Clippers. And first pitch swinging. Flying out over to first base is Zach Eiton. So Eiton to his counterpart Ashton on one pitch. He's taken care of. Got to bring up Ryan Hangartner. So Hangartner with that big double to welcome Geislinger to the game earlier. Thought Matt was coming in, runners on the corners, and perhaps that was going to be it for Watertown, but Hangartner says no problem as he rocked it into left field, the RBI. But here, just one pitch, and he flies back out to Geislinger. So Matt cruising. He's thrown only 2 pitches in the inning, and he's got 2 outs. Matt Butler, who followed up that RBI double from Hangartner with a single of his own. So no intimidation in the Watertown lineup, but Geislinger obviously settled in now. He's thrown 3 pitches in the inning. He's got 2 outs and a strike. Butler was, by the way, showing bunt. Grounds it to Nolan. Nolan up, firing to first. Ashton handles it. A quick 1-2-3 inning on just 4 pitches for Matt Geislinger. That's what you need when you've got an amazing workload here in the tournament. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning with Watertown still up 4-0.
Also, the down is back to Zoom Design dining area, and it is open and ready to serve you. Grab a bite to eat at our Geislinger Bakery. Pay as you enter the box. Enjoy your Wi-Fi while you relax and dine next to our in-store terrible coffee shop. Learn more. Back.com.
Fireworks early from the Watertown lineup. Matt Geislinger has settled in and shutting them down, but on the mound it's Holt Hunsiker now taking center stage for Watertown. He has yet to allow a hit through 4 innings. Just 1 base runner hit Kevin Kramer last inning. Holtz is pitching to contact and getting it done. Just 1 strikeout, and there's our first hit on the first pitch of the bottom of the 5th inning. Brennan Ashton in the books for the Clippers' first base knock. Clippers solid offensively, no doubt. They've not put up any crazy numbers here in the tournament. But pairing the solid lineup with the great pitching and defense, they can get on you if you let them. So now Hunsiker pitching to Justin Thompson. Thompson flew out to right his first time on. Hunsiker, his lone strikeout came to Carter Block, who was on deck. And that pitch skied toward the Watertown dugout. Looks like it's going to get out of play. It will. Nick Truckee giving it a long look. So Chaska Athletic Park will be host again to the Class B championship. That coming up after this one. 7 o'clock scheduled start here in Chaska. Pitch is high, 2-1 the count. Chaska and Waconia hosting along with Hamburg. Most of the B bracket took place in Hamburg. Moved to Waconia last night and then back here to the championship. As that one is flied toward right, hanging up. Plenty of time to work with for Anderle. First out in the inning. 1 on, 1 out for Carter Block. As mentioned, the second baseman struck out his first time up in the third. A large chunk of the Class C bracket. Again, 48 teams, single elimination tournament. First round, large chunk took place out in Hamburg as well, included Watertown, their victory over Midway. Geislinger hits his spot, 0-1 the count to Block. One pitch is high, 1-1. Watertown's path then brought them here, where they took out Avon 8-1. And yesterday's exciting victory over in Waconia. So they wind their way back over here to Chaska. The 1-1 pitch is missed, 1-2. And of course, if they hold on and win here, we'll head right back over to Waconia for tomorrow's championship. Strike 3 called. Hunsinger hits his spot again. Blocked out on strikes for the second time. 2 outs now. And it's Carson Geislinger. Carson flew out his first time up. First pitch swinging. That one's fisted toward third, calling for it. Underneath it, making the catch is Ben Smith. From Watertown, fired up. They'll head off the field with a 4-run lead after 5. And as we get a fresh field out there between the 5th and the 6th innings, we do want to pay tribute here to deceased NBA president Fred Roofs. So now let's take a break and honor the memory of a great friend of Minnesota baseball.
The Minnesota baseball community lost a dear friend, a great leader last winter when Minnesota Baseball Association President Fred Roofs passed away at age 73. He served on the board of directors for more than a quarter century. In his first year as president, his leadership was instrumental in guiding the state amateur world through the COVID crisis. With the help of his board and the communities of Milroy, Springfield, and Shakopee, a very successful state tournament was completed on schedule without loss of a game and with fans in the stands. In his memory, the MBA started the Fred Roofs Golf Tournament this year, raising thousands of dollars for a scholarship that will provide a path to college for local student athletes. Fred was born in St. Peter, graduated from LeSueur, and went to college at Mankato State. In his professional life, he made huge contributions to the communities around Mankato and Marshall. But in the end, Fred Roofs' legacy is felt in every town in Minnesota where baseball is played.
We head to the 6th inning in Chaska. Watertown will lead us off here. Nick Truckee, the catcher. And Truckee actually a pinch hitter here, first pitch swinging. And that was Chad Jones pinch hitting. So Chad Jones comes in, takes one swing, and flies out. And now it'll be Jake Anderle, the right fielder. Jake singled in the second inning, struck out in the third. So by my count, so that was one pitch. Geislinger, I think, made it through 5 pitches to get through the last of 6 pitches right now. And he's got 6 pitches for his last 4 outs. And getting a first-hand look as to maybe why he can pile on the innings here. He is efficient in the middle innings. And he now has Anderle down quickly 0-2. So again, Geislinger had to come in to a tough spot with 2 runners on. He was greeted with a double and then a single. So a rough start for Matt, and he has more than settled in. That one was close, but called a ball. 1-2 the count. Wanting to work quickly here is Matt. Had a nice little chat with him pregame. Good guy. Great baseball player. And as Anderle able to hang, you start to look at, clearly one of the top players of his generation here through amateur ball and carrying on the Geislinger legacy in Minnesota amateur baseball. Goes all the way back to Birdie Robert, Eden Valley Hawks, amateur baseball Hall of Famer. Anderle doing a nice job hanging here. 1-2 is still the count. So then Birdie's nephew is Bruce, who was part of the Clippers team that won the tournament in 2003. As a dive in center field by Kramer, he can't come up with it. Another extra base hit on the way for the Red Devils. Chugging around second is Anderle. He'll stop at third with a stand-up one-out triple. The Red Devils touch up Geislinger again. And another runner in scoring position, looking to add now to their 4-0 lead. Going to be Jadrian Keevy coming up now for Watertown. So Kramer, who made a great catch earlier, could not quite get to that one. So as I was saying, Bruce, who is Matt's dad, by the way, won it in 2001, helped Watkins win the title. Bruce won 4 games on the mound and was the Class C MVP that year. So Matt carrying on the legacy. And, if they somehow made their way and won a title, I think easily Matt would be the MVP, as Keevy knocks that one into left field. Back-to-back hits for Watertown again. And they add on another lead, now 5-0. So Jadrian Keevy with his first hit. And an RBI single. Bring up Pat Cheetah. And Pat, 1 for 3 on the day. 0 for 2, actually. A walk in the first inning. Stolen base and scored. Takes strike 1 from Geislinger. So 12 hits now for Watertown. Pat swings at a high pitch. It's fouled back, and he gets another life. As Haugen got back there, but then overran the ball a bit. So instead of an out, it's an 0-2 count. So Geislinger, by the way, going back to high school at Eden Valley Watkins, along with Tyler Geislinger, the relatives, pitching Eden Valley Watkins to an undefeated season. Then Matt coming back his senior year and winning another title. So back-to-back titles for Eden Valley Watkins. A 50-2 record during Matt's span. The Eden Valley Watkins, just unbelievable. Again, went on to pitch at Minnesota State Mankato. Or settling in as the ace for the Watkins Clippers. He's gotten them to the Final Four. 1-2 count on Cheetah is low. 2-2 now. So again, Pat, every time up, he's taking the at-bats, working the pitcher. Geislinger trying to collect his thoughts on the mound. Cheetah sprays that one foul to left side. Pat, he'll just work it. He'll drop the bat on the ball and stay alive as long as he can until he sees what he likes. Or he works a walk. 2-2 count here. That one fisted. Drifting out of play just over the Watkins dugout. Watkins, 24 appearances in the state tourney. Mentioned the one title, 2 third-place finishes in their history. Again, 2-2 pitch coming to Cheetah. The runner goes. Cheetah rips it down the right side, but foul. Oh, look at the sprint. Look at the sprint action and the slide to get the ball. Watertown having some fun here today. It's Jonah Lewis on the hustle out there as Cheetah through the right side. Hustling on his way to third is Keevy. Tough throw, and he's safe. They missed the tag. A strong throw from right field. And Keevy somehow got around the tag. Geislinger's going to argue a bit on that one. But to no avail. It'll be first and third. Runners on the corners with 1 out. Cheetah with his first hit. Good hustle by Keevy. And now it's Ben Smith. Ben got a hit off Geislinger in the 4th inning. And it was a double to the gap, so he's locked in. A single and a double for Big Ben. And we are seeing this Watertown lineup just clicking on all cylinders. Golfs that one into right. It's going to get down. Keevy went back. Now stumbles. The play goes to second. Keevy's going to try to score. He's out by a mile. So an interesting couple seconds there for Jadrian trying to score. He was going hard home and then thought better of it, perhaps thinking the ball was going to be caught, so he went back to third. The ball drops, and as he tried to scamper home, he fell down. Now the throw came into second base to try to get Cheetah. So Keevy just kept going, but an easy out there. So Ben Smith with another hit, his 3rd hit in this game. Somehow Watkins able to keep the Red Devils off the board. It'll be up to Mitch Kelzer, who had a big RBI double earlier in this game. Geislinger just hanging in there. He's had uber efficient, strong innings, but Watertown has definitely been able to touch up the ace here in this contest. You have to think Matt Skastank just close to E at this point. But he's going to do what he can out there. Try to minimize the damage here. Pops out of the glove of Haugen. And Cheetah scampers to third. So it's back to runners at first and third, now 2 outs. 2-0 is the count on Kelzer. Swung on and missed, 2-1. That'll be a step off here as they have the runner caught up. Cheetah's going to come home and try to score, and he will. The throw bounces to the plate. Haugen can't handle it. So the Red Devils creating some action on the base pass as Ben Smith just took off from first. Geislinger able to step off, had him by a mile at second. So the idea there, if you're Watkins, is you can try to take Smith in the rundown. Ben was going to try to stay alive long enough for Cheetah to score. And any way you slice it, Watertown's able to get its 6th run of the game. As Kalser swings and misses, the count is 2-2. Still a runner in scoring position, so they don't get the out, and the run scores anyway. That's best case scenario for Watertown. Watkins' best case scenario is you cut Cheetah down at the plate and get out of the inning. Now it's up to Geislinger. 2-2 the count. And again, Kalser able to hang. But Watertown just has it working on every facet here. Creating the action. We saw a play similar to that in Class B action last week. And that was the Chanhassen-Champlin-Logator game. And the Arnold brothers. Great play by Jared Dusky, third. Manager here for Watertown. Throws it back out to Geislinger. The Arnold brothers on the corners, and player manager Brandon Arnold, same thing. He took off, draw the pitcher's attention. The throw did go to second, where Sam Riola heads up through a 90-mile-per-hour fastball to the plate from his shortstop spot to cut down Justin Arnold as Geislinger works out of the jam, strikes out Mitch Kelzer, but Watertown strikes again. They lead it 6-0, heading to the bottom of the sixth in Chaska.
Nobody does high school sports like PrepSpotlight.tv. Your home for Minnesota State tournament action is also where you can find the best weekly action during the regular season in 2021. We make it easy to be a high school sports fan at PrepSpotlight.tv.
Bottom of the sixth, Matt Geislinger leading things off for Watkins. Old Hunsinger still comfortable on the mound, surrendering just one hit to this point. So 0-2, no, that one missed. 1-1 the count. Matt grounded out his only time up so far in this game back in the third. Again, Matt, the number 9 hitter in the lineup. One and two the count. Golfs that one toward third. Smith says, thank you very much. Out number one. Back to the top of the lineup, but it'll be Nolan Geislinger. Nolan's played well in the field from his shortstop position. Did have that early error, which they, according to the scoreboard, I haven't checked with the official score, but they may have actually changed it because there is no error listed on the scoreboard. They may have gone back and changed that to an RBI single. So we'll go back and change that for Kelzer as Nolan rips that one into right. Hit number 2 for Watkins. Anderle has issues out there. So Geislinger showing off some speed, strides into second with a double. Perhaps a single and an error. We'll see how they score it. So Watkins finally has a runner on second base. Lincoln Haugen now to the dish. He is 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts. Hunsinger is really cruised to this point. Again, pitching to contact, just 2 strikeouts in the game. Big righty, Iowa native. Pat Cheetah tells me he's a huge Vikings fan as well. As that one is ripped up the middle, gets by Kiwi. Geislinger, well, they wanted to send him. I think Kramer was going to send him, but Nolan didn't turn like he was going to score. So they had to put him back. So 1st and 3rd now. Back-to-back hits for Watkins. They're finally able to put some dents into Hunziker here. We've got a pinch runner, it looks like. Landon Neiman in to run. The runners on the corners for Kevin Kramer. It's Dustin Kramer, by the way, manning the third base coach's box right now. Jared Dusky wants to talk things over. Probably more of a strategy session here. Although we do see some bodies walking down to the bullpen for Watertown. Going back to the top of the 6th inning, 2 more runs in for Watertown. It was Anderle with the 1-out triple, scored on that Kiwi RBI single to make it 5-0. Later, Pat Cheetah, who had singled, made his way to 3rd, scored on the double steal. Remember, Ben Smith drew the throw from Geislinger, and then they tried to cut down Cheetah at home. But Pat scoring his 2nd run of the game. 14 hits to this point for Watertown, but it's Watkins trying to put together a 6-inning rally here. 2 hits in the inning. First pitch to Kramer is high. Pitches inside off of Truckey's glove. They don't allow the pinch runner Neiman to move down to 2nd, so it's now 2nd and 3rd. Count is 2-0 to Kramer. Kevin flew out in the 1st inning, was hit by pitch up high and tight back in the 4th inning. At that point, the first base runner for Watkins. And he rips that one to left, an RBI single. At least a 1 run is in. They're going to hold Neiman. Takes the hard turn at 3rd. Smith chases him back. And Watkins finally able to manufacture a run here. RBI single off the bat of Kevin Kramer. And the rally time in full effect. Still 1st and 3rd, 1 out. We do, in fact, have an arm getting loose right now for the Watertown bullpen. Dan Berg will try to keep things going. 2 ground outs for Dan. One pitch, outside corner, 0-2. Pitch now. Runner goes, swung on and into center field. It drops in, throw from Cheetah to 3rd. It's on the mark, and they're going to say no, the runner is safe. Wow. And now Berg is dancing off first, and Cheetah runs in to call time to make sure the runner stays put. I don't know, the throw beat him, but the call is safe at home. So 2 runs in now for Watkins, and Dusky comes back out. I think he wants to talk to the umpire here. As Berg with an RBI single. Got a double and 3 singles now. 5 hits in the game for Watkins, 4 of them coming in this inning. Good hustle by Kevin Kramer. Machida was going to try to cut him down the entire time. So now it's up to Brendan Ashton to keep things going. Brendan does have a hit in this contest. And Watkins' first hit his last time up. Hunsicker in trouble for the first time in this game. Been pitching with confidence, backed by the red-hot Red Devils offense. Oh, 1 pitch, swung on and missed. Good pitch from Hunsicker. That one disappeared as it crossed the plate. Holt going right after Ashton here. That one ripped to Keevy, smothers it, throw to second, relay throw, in time, a double play to erase the threat. And Watkins strikes twice. They're on the board, still trailing by 4 as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning, or the top of the 7th inning rather. On Athletic Park, Ian Chaskey, you're watching live state amateur baseball tournament on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Celebrate the end of the 2021 Town Ball season. Join your teammates, rivals, and ball fans from around the state at the Twins game on September 11th. Special ticket pricing for Town Ball players and fans. Salutes to the newly crowned champs and a very fun night at the ballpark. Order your tickets at twinsbaseball.com/townball and wear your town's team colors to Target Field on September 11th.
Watertown up in the top of the 7th through 6th. Devils lead at 6-2 as Watkins bites back a bit in the bottom of the 6th, scoring 2 runs. They had 4 straight hits. Matt Geislinger ahead quickly here. It's Zach Eiten at the plate. Zach with 2 hits and a run scored. A lot of hits in the lineup for Watertown, 14 on the board total, as Eiten hangs 0-2. So again, it's the Clippers. Nolan Geislinger leading off with a double in the 6th inning. Then it was Lincoln Haugen, Kevin Kramer, and Dan Berg, 3 straight singles, piecing together a rally as Geislinger strikes out Eiten to start the 7th inning. Ryan Hangardner again welcomed Geislinger to the game with an RBI double back in the 3rd inning. And quickly up 0-2 in the count is Geislinger. Waving at the 0-2 pitch is Hangardner. 2 quick strikeouts for Matt. Maybe energized by that mini rally from Watkins. Now Matt Butler, the designated hitter. He has 2 hits in this game, including an RBI single, followed up that Hangardner double. An RBI single coming in the third inning. 1-0 pitch, Geislinger. Takes it for a ball, 2-0. That one ripped to the left side, 2-1 the count. Two-one pitch inside, 3-1. Lifted high to left. Seen a few of those here, but not many. And drifting back is Justin Thompson to make the catch. A 1-2-3 inning for Geislinger. 7th inning stretch time at Athletic Park in Chaska. 6-2, Watertown still in control.
Attention, please. Attention for just a minute. We have a black Ford F-150 pickup. Black Ford F-150 pickup. NJW 619. License NJW 619. It has to be moved.
Justin Thompson will lead things off. In the bottom of the 7th inning for Watkins. Old Hunsinger back out for another inning of work. Worked his way out of a jam in the bottom of the 6th, aided by a big double play. Watkins pieced together 4 consecutive hits, a double and 3 singles to get 2 runs on the board. And that is just over Jadrian Keevy's head. Made a great effort. Perfect timing, but just over his head, out of reach. And another hit for Watkins. They finally have figured out Holt here. And now how does Jared Dusky want to play it? He's getting the signal from the bullpen that they're ready if needed. So Dusky finally looks over, waves and says thank you. He is aware that he's got a warm arm. Carter Block will try to keep it going. Actually, we're going to have a pinch hitter here. Heath Kramer. Kramer's all over the place along with Geislinger's. Big Heath is going to step in, try to keep things cooking. As Carter Block had struck out in 2 at-bats to this point against Hunsinger. Holt drops in strike number 2, 0-2. It's 0-2 the count to the pinch hitter Kramer. 1 on, nobody out. Hunsinger, the shadows move in over the tall righty. And Kramer waves at strike 3. This spot in the lineup, the 7th spot in the lineup, 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. 1 down now. Carson Geislinger, the third baseman. Carson is 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out. Check swing, he goes, 0-1. Dusky again has the warm arm in the bullpen. When he's going to try to get every pitch he can out of Hunsinger. You obviously have to win this game, but at this point can peek ahead a little bit. Think of how you want to manage it and keep as many people fresh as possible. All arms on deck tomorrow if you make it to the championship. Watkins trying to piece together another rally here. 1-1 the count, 1 out, 1 on. That one didn't look good out of the hand from Hunsinger, way outside. 2-1 the count. The game in Waconia is underway, by the way. In the second inning, Alexandria Black Sox. Stay hot, Alex. Wow, 2-1 lead over Sobieski right now. Winner of that game meets the winner of our contest right here. A 3-1 count on Carson Geislinger. And he takes ball 4. So 2 runners on and 1 out. And now Jared Dusky out of the dugout, perhaps to make a move. Hasn't signaled yet. And here it comes. So hold Hunsinger, good start for the big righty. His second start in the tournament comes 2 weekends apart. He'll get a standing ovation from the Watertown faithful. The loudest traveling party here in the Class C bracket. To Chance of Holt as he leaves the game with 2 on and 1 out and a 6-2 lead for Watertown. We'll step away with a quick break, set up the new pitcher right after this, live on PrepSpotlight.tv.
The Town Ball Tour. Head to the small towns and tell people what it's all about.
A lot of excitement. Weather is fantastic.
This place has been here since the early 80s.
This is a baseball town.
The town is here. The kids are here. It's safe. It's a wonderful environment. We certainly met some wonderful characters.
Thanks for joining us for another season of Fox 9's Town Ball Tour.
Watertown going to its bullpen. Jonah Lewis in out of the bullpen for Watertown. Closes the book on Hunsinger, who goes 6 1/3. 6 hits, 2 runs. Good start from Holt. He leaves with 2 runners on. Watkins just able to figure him out the 3rd time through the order. Remember, Holt, a clean first 3 innings. And Watkins piecing together a rally. Now it's Matt Geislinger, player manager, pitcher extraordinaire, trying to get it done with the bat here. Started as the DH in the lineup, 9-hole in the lineup. Matt is 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out. A little more velocity out of the bullpen here, shown by Lewis. Let's see if Pat gave us anything here on Jonah. Right-hander. That one's too short. Keevy swallows it up to second on the relay, and they get it. Another huge double play for Watertown to get out of the jam. We're through 7, 6-2, Red Devils.
Watkins is round number 7. No runs on 1 hit. No errors and none running. Hey, baseball fans, are you planning a home remodeling, new construction? Don't attempt to do the wonderful work yourself. Leave serving the entire metro area for over 10 years. Advanced Electric is a proud sponsor of this year's Minnesota State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Call us today, 952-847-0001. Find us online at Advanced Electrical Services NN.com. Locker Brothers Incorporated bring honors across the border of the amateur baseball. Welcome all players of Japan to the 2021 state tournament. Finally, the family owned and operated since 1939. Locker Brothers takes great pride in 80+ years of service to our local communities. Baseball and culture go together, and remember, always drink responsibly.
We move along to the 8th inning here in Chaska. It's Watertown with a 6-2 lead. 1 point up, 6-0 in this contest. Still facing Matt Geislinger out for another inning. And Matt took over in the third. Did not start this game. Isaac Bench, the draftee from St. Joe's, a young left-hander, started. But Matt had to come in and was welcomed with an RBI double and an RBI single. Part of that big third inning. Nick Truckee at the dish. Grounder to Nolan Geislinger, fires away to first. 1 up, 1 down. Jake Anderle, the Waconia native, will step in. Anderle, 2 hits on the day, a single back in the second inning. And then a triple off of Geislinger in the 6th. And later scored, make it 5-0 at the time. Anderle takes his time getting into the box. Jadrian Keevy, the number 9 hitter, on deck. You can see a little bit of frustration out there from Geislinger. He was asking where that pitch missed. Comes right back in the zone, 1-1 the count. Game in Waconia now tied at 2. Sobieski's locked things up with Alexandria. Black Sox taking out the Waconia Lakers earlier, about an hour ago. Sobieski taking out Sartell earlier in the day. 2-1 count to Anderle. Spoils that to the right side, 2-2. Anderle really trying to slow things down here. He knows Geislinger likes to work fast. Inside corner, strike 3. 2 outs in the inning for Jadrian Keevy. Jadrian, RBI single in the 6th inning. Bad Cheetah, always active out of the on-deck circle to chase down that ball. 0-1 count on Keevy. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Watertown again, their last title coming in 1951, 70 years ago. Trying to find a spot in the Class C championship here as Geislinger makes quick work of Keevy. 1-2-3 inning for Matt. We head to the bottom of the 8th, still 6-2 Watertown.
Shortstop, Nolan Geislinger.
Bottom of the 8th. Watkins running out of outs as they try to battle back here. It was 6-0 at one time, now 6-2. And in the bottom of the 8th, leading things off, Nolan Geislinger, the leadoff man in the lineup. Left-handed hitting, smooth shortstop, and good defensively here today. Again, the Watertown faithful very vocal. We saw that in the late innings of the Milroy game as well. The 2-0 count. The relief pitcher Jonah Lewis in the game. Relieving Holt Hunsinger. A great start here for Watertown. Could not have worked out better. Holt on the mound. Getting out in front of him with that 6-0 lead. Now Lewis back in the count, 2-2. Nolan led off the 6th inning with a double, later scored. Part of that four straight hit rally for Watkins. Now dumps that one into center. So Nolan with back-to-back hits. And again, starting a rally here. Lincoln Haugen singled his last time up. Looks over to third. Kramer gives a sign. First pitch swinging. Big hop to Kiwi. To second. On the turn, Eiton this time can't handle it. So Eiton has been unbelievable over there at handling those throws all day. But Handgartner's turn was in the dirt. Bounced off Eiton's glove, so no double play this time. One out and one on. Now Kevin Kramer singled sharply to left field. RBI single his last time up. Nice big hop for Kiwi. Ian Handgartner got in sync over there. Turned a couple double plays earlier in this contest. Ryan's throw just came up a bit short. Pitch, low 2-0. Outside, a little extra velocity on that one. Kramer swings through it, 2-1 the count. Ripped to left and foul. The count is 2-2. Kramer a little bit ahead of that one. But again, puts good wood on it. Swung on and missed. Lewis battles back from down 2-0 in the count. 3 straight strikes to Kramer, and it's out number 2 in the inning. Dan Bird will step in. Dan grounded out twice, and then he also singled. Also had an RBI single his last time up. Off of Berg. The second time a Watkins hitter has been hit by a pitch. Lincoln Haugen trots down to second. First and second now. And first baseman Brendan Ashton, who has a single back in the 5th inning, grounded into a double play his last time up. A huge double play for Watertown to end that threat from Watkins back in the 6th inning. Now up another opportunity for Ashton. Outside corner, 0-1. Driven into the dirt, 0-2 the count. Lewis going right after him in this at-bat. And Lewis will leave hold Huntsinger. Last inning. Now trying to get out of this jam, push this game to the 9th. 0-2 pitch. Back up the middle. It gets through. Cheetah charges. And they're going to have to put the stop sign up for Haugen. So again, Lincoln, the catcher, doesn't run well. Cheetah ran in hard to get that one. So Pat preventing a run with his hustle in center field. Now it's bases juiced. And Justin Thompson will come up. And Jared Dusky says, hold on. Is he called to the bullpen here? Or is this just a strategy session? So again, the inning started off with the Nolan Geislinger single. He was forced out on Lincoln Haugen's grounder to short. Then Kevin Kramer struck out. Dan Berg hit by a pitch, and now Brendan Ashton with a single to load the bases for Justin Thompson. Thompson pitched a great game earlier today against St. Patrick. Now up at a huge spot as Watkins tries to rally late. Bottom of the 8th inning. Down by 4. And Lewis's first pitch is outside. Truckee had to go down and get that one. Good job gloving it. Pitch, chopped toward the mound. Keevy's going to have to charge. It's not going to be an easy play. It gets past him. Haugen in to score. Bases are still loaded, and it's now 6-3. Handgardner did a good job backing up Keevy on the play, but that was a tough one. Not much Jadrian could have done with it anyway. An infield RBI single. Now 8 hits for Watkins. Bases still loaded. Carter Block back up at the plate. Block, they pinch hit for him last time up. So Carter is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. He takes ball 1 from Lewis. 2-0 the count. Tense moments here in this Class C semifinal. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 out, bases loaded. Lewis delivers. And it's ball 3. No place to put him. Block will most likely keep the bat on the shoulder. Lewis pumps that one across for a strike. 3-1 now. The 3-1 pitch taken for strike 2. Lewis just continues to work the same spot. Block yet to swing. Full count pitch. Swung on. Skied into the infield. Keevy, Handgardner in the area. It's Jadrian calling everybody off. Lewis out of the jam. Watkins gets 1 back, but we head to the 9th. Watertown starting to feel it a bit. Final inning coming up of this Class C semifinal in Chaska. We'll step away, be back with 9th inning action right after this.
Celebrate the end of the 2021 Town Ball season. Join your teammates, rivals, and ball fans from around the state at the Twins game on September 11th. Special ticket pricing for Town Ball players and fans. Salutes to the newly crowned champs and a very fun night at the ballpark. Order your tickets at twinsbaseball.com/townball and wear your town's team colors to Target Field on September 11th.
Top of the lineup in the ninth inning for Watertown. It's Pat Cheetah facing Matt Geislinger. Takes strike one from Matt. Pat has been active in the lineup as usual. Remember, he had 3 hits yesterday against Eagle Lake, 3 hits against Milroy earlier. As he fists that one into short center field. Kramer coming on and making the grab. A highlight play there. Kramer in center field. Pat gave it a try. 1 out. Now it's Ben Smith. Ben Smith. 3 hits on the day, 3 for 4. He's got 2 singles, a double. He scored 1 run. Geislinger, again, just considering the workload. Don't have pitch count, but complete game, no hitter yesterday. Pitched more than an inning for a save earlier today, and then came in the 3rd inning here this afternoon in the semifinal. Unbelievable, and he's up 1-2 in the count to a good hitter in Smith. Goes back outside, 2-2 the count. Matt slaps that one toward first. Easily handled for the out by Ashton. So 2 outs now. Mitch Kelzer will step in. Mitch went back and gave him a single for his first at bat. So he's got 2 hits on the day. An RBI, a run scored. Quickly 0-2 the count on Kelzer. Geislinger, as usual, working quickly here. Going for the outside corner, just misses. 1-2. One-two pitch. Nolan up with it. Good throw. 1-2-3 inning for Geislinger. He's trying to fire up the troops coming off the field. 3 outs left for Watkins. We head to the bottom of the 9th live on PrepSpotlight.tv.
Irving Utilities is looking for towing and solutions provider for the utility marketplace, offering a complete business portfolio of products and services from the industry's top manufacturers and technology organization. They provide products, services, and solutions in their core utility business segments. Distribution, transmission, substation, generation, renewable energy, broadband communication, and gas. Irby is committed to supporting all the communities served by our utility customers. And they're very Watkins Clippers in the bottom of the ninth. Third baseman Carson Geislinger.
Watkins down to their final 3 outs, perhaps on the 2021 season. 8-9-1 in the lineup coming up. It's Carson Geislinger leading us off, and he is down 0-2 in the count. Jonah Lewis back out for another inning in relief. And it's strike 3 called. The crowd going crazy. Watertown 2 outs away from moving on to the Class C final. Jonah Lewis, his game plan right now, pump in the strikes. Make the Watkins lineup come and get him. Now it's up to Matt Geislinger. He is 0 for 3, grounded into a double play his last time up. Takes strike 1. Matt doesn't like the call, but it's 0-1. One pitch, Lewis coming after him again. It's fisted into left. Camping under it for out number 2 is Kelzer. This grandstand is alive and jumping. The Watertown faithful on their feet. Everybody in the Watertown dugout is up. They're feeling it in Red Devil Nation. Nolan Geislinger, top of the lineup for Watkins. Nolan, the youngster's had a good day. He's been on each of his last 2 times. Takes the pitch inside, 1-0. So Nolan, after grounding out and flying out, has been a pest for the Red Devils. Lewis going after him here. No. Looks it off, 2-0 the count. Two outs, bottom of the ninth. Watertown trying to lock it down. And it's 3-0. On deck is Lincoln Haugen. Lincoln been on base his last 2 times up as well. 3-0 pitch. Geislinger watches it come in for strike 1, 3-1. One pitch, outside corner, count is full. 3-2 pitch coming from Lewis. Swung out and missed. The Watertown Red Devils are moving on to the championship in the Class C bracket. A 6-3 victory over Watkins. Watertown, 16 runs spanned over their 2 games here today. And this Red Devil squad moving on. They'll try to bring home their first championship in 70 years tomorrow as they wait the winner of Sobieski and Alexandria. That game taking place as we speak in Waconia. The championship game tomorrow will take place at noon at Lions Field in Waconia. So let's recap our action here in this semifinal. In the top of the first, Pachita walked and stole second. Came home on the single from Kelzer. In all, a walk, error, and a hit, and a 1-0 Watertown lead. In the top of the second, first and second no outs. Jadrian Keevy deep to center. We had Kramer with the great catch and then a pickoff runner trying to score. So able to hold off Watertown at that point. But in the top of the third, Ben Smith with a single. Kelzer RBI double. So it was 2-0 at that point. Zach Eiton then singled. And in comes Matt Geislinger, the best pitcher in the Class C bracket. Relieving starter Isaac Bench, but Ryan Hangardner greeted him with an RBI double. Then Matt Butler followed with an RBI single, and it was 4-0 Watertown in the top of the sixth. Jake Anderley, a 1-out triple, scored on the Keevy RBI single to make it 5-zip. Later, it was Cheetah again. He had singled, scored able to score on a double steal. Ben Smith drew the throw. Cheetah scampered home. The throw not in time to get him, and it was 6-0. Watertown. Watkins rallied a bit in the bottom of the 6th. Nolan Geislinger doubled, 3 straight singles. It was 6-2. And then they loaded him up in the bottom of the 8th inning, but only able to get 1 run across. And there you have it, as Jonah Lewis, the relief pitcher, coming in relief of Holt Hunzinger, who was really good here today. Holt gets the win. Jonah Lewis with the extended save, 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the 9th inning. And Watertown, the Red Devils, moving on to the championship game in the Class C bracket. What a game, as they all have been here on PrepSpotlight.tv. We thank you once again for joining us for Class C action. We're not done yet here in Chaska. If you've subscribed here today and you want to stick with us, happy to have you for our next contest. The nightcapper here could be the Class B final, as the Chanhassen Redbirds going for a 4th straight Class B title. We'll try to fend off the Meesville Mudhens once again. That coming up next, live on PrepSpotlight.tv. If you just joined us for this great matchup between Watertown and Watkins, we thank you so much for joining us for live action on PrepSpotlight.tv. For Greg Wilpert on camera, I am Eric Murphy signing off. We'll see you in just a few for the Class B final coming up on Prep Spotlight.
Amateur baseball is one of Minnesota's great sporting traditions. The state tournament brings together hundreds of communities in late summer at great ballparks all around the state. Coverage of every game can be found on PrepSpotlight.tv. PrepSpotlight.tv's coverage of today's state tournament game is made possible by the Minnesota Baseball Association, and also with help from the Minnesota Twins. Celebrate Town Ball with the Twins on September 11th. Visit twinsbaseball.com/townball for details. Now let's get to the ballpark.